Hey stamping friends, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, where we've had some just beautiful spring weather. Highs in the low 70s, a little breeze, but it feels really warm in the sun, and I've just been loving it. Not real hot like it was in Mexico and Cuba on our vacation, but just beautiful. I do have to tell you though, I'm going to be on vacation again the next 2 weeks for some family obligations. My mom is celebrating her 90th birthday with everybody this weekend, and then some other stuff, and I'll fill you in when we get back. But anyway, it won't be live the next 2 weeks, but will be the following Monday. So might pop on with some little lives and show you where we are, but otherwise I'll see you in 2 weeks after this, but we have today still. So what's going on Stampin' Up! And with me, I've got our class tonight with Layers of Beauty, which we've been playing a lot with on our Mondays, and you guys know how much I like that stamp set and bundle. I have to say that's probably my favorite just plain bundle, but today we're going to play with the Mediterranean Blooms Suite, and this is my most favorite suite in the catalog. I think it's just beautiful with all of the bright colors and such, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Just want to remind you of two things. One, tomorrow we've got a free shipping day, so all of you have been holding off ordering from this new catalog. We've got free shipping tomorrow. Just have to make it up to $75 on your order. That's the first thing. Hey Doris, thanks for joining. And then the second thing besides the free shipping tomorrow is our May special, which pretty sure all of you know about, which is, joining special or just being a happy shopper special. For $99, you get you $125 worth of product. Plus, you get all of the brand new in color inks and DSP and some cardstock and the Stampin' Right markers. It's an amazing deal. So hop on that if you haven't already. And I'm going to turn you down right now because I want to talk about our Mediterranean Bloom Suite that we are going to be doing today. Oh dang, we got everything backwards again. Oh well, that won't be too important. This is the suite that I'm talking about. It's a stamp and die set, some beautiful opal rounds, but the star to me is, first of all, some of the dies, but second of all, the paper. I just love the paper. I love the fronts with the pretty citrus, and I love the backs with the blues and whites. I wanted to point out something as we're going through here with these samples. Something they told us at our convention was, if you look closely in the suite sets, all of their samples are really purposeful, meaning that they have one sample, which for this one would be this peach pie one, that mostly just uses the stamp sets. We've got samples that mostly use the designer series paper. These are mostly just designer series paper that have been cut out, and some of them do cut out with the dies and some don't. This one kind of uses a combo. This one again is using the dies. And then, like I said, some of them are dies only, some of them are combos, and some of them are mostly just using the stamp set just to give everybody a feel. And then the other thing is, often in these, I didn't really look ahead to check, probably this one, but I'm not sure, they're using some of the templates on page 22. And if you haven't noticed page 22 yet, it is a really cool page with these sample templates down at the bottom. I'm going to be publishing, some people have kind of worked these out in terms of actual numbers. Obviously you can cut them however big or small you want to use for some samples just to give you some ideas. And they've also, in a lot of these pages, given you ideas on the templates and how to use them. So if you haven't noticed page 22, go ahead and look that up. Here is our Citrus Bloom Designer Series paper. Like I said, the fronts have the lovely citrus, and then the backs have things in blues. Study in blues. Love that one. We're going to be using those two today. This is just some pretty flowers. Love that one too. We got some lemons and another pretty one. Oh, is that the same? Nope, more lemons and oranges together. That one's even bigger. And it's just a really, really fun set. So like I said, backs you got your blues, and then fronts you have the citrus, whichever strikes your fancy at any given day there. Whoops. Now we've got the stamp set, and we obviously have things that you can cut out. Whoops, nope, that's going to be that one. You know, it cuts out both the big ones, the little ones, these little citrus flowers. And then like a whole nother set of ones that cut out really just beautiful things. You can use that by itself. If you want to cut out this one, you actually need to put both of those there to cut it out, or you can just use that and you know, cut it, the foliage, into a page. And then in the middle, this kind of fits in. I don't know that I would use them all together like that in all one color, but then you're not wasting the middle that is getting cut out also. And you can cut these all together, you know, run it through all together. You have some different kinds of leaves and flowers too that you can use. So it's a huge die set. Let me show you a couple cards. We're going to make one of these today. Might make another one next time. So this is one of the cards I made using this foliage. So remember I said you can just cut it out and leave the rest of the page, or if I wanted to cut it out completely, I could have used that also. And then I just hand cut that out of the paper. This is another one I cut out of the paper, but this one actually cuts with one of the dies. This is one of the dies from the what's it called? Dang, I just got that Spotlight on Nature. Love these dies. Oh, I forgot to mention, these are the Opal Rounds. What are they called? Opal Rounds assortment that comes with there. Oh, we got a lot of people. Hi, Janine. Hi, Linda. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Beatrice. We got a bunch of people watching. And these are like the pale yellow. I think that's supposed to be lemon lolly. There's lots of yellows in the paper, so it could be any one. Navy and kind of clearish, opaque looking ones. So lots of different choices there. And then the card that we're going to make today actually features the blues, because I just thought those were so cool also. And this is actually a fun fold. So just a little flip. I can't decide what I'm going to use it for, so I kind of left the back blank. So that's what we're going to make today. Now, just to entice you more, I am going to have a Mediterranean Blooms class. That'll be my June class. And it'll be at my house if you want to come here on June 30th. And if you want it by mail, it'll be 4 cards. It'll probably include this one just because I think it's such a fun fold. 4 cards, half a pack of the paper I just showed you. So all the paper I just showed you basically is a half a pack. And a package of these Opal Rounds, and that would be $30. If you want to add the stamp set, it's $56. If you want to add the stamp set and dies, it's $92, and then you'd add $10 for shipping if I'm shipping it to you. And that's basically giving you free shipping and free tax. So that's quite a deal. I think, I can't even remember if I said anything, but remember we got some, oh, you're not gonna be able to see that because I forgot to change it so it's all backwards. We got free shipping tomorrow, so don't forget about that. Anybody who wants to order stuff from the catalog, we got free shipping tomorrow. Yay for free shipping. Okay, let me just get everything we need for what we're doing for making this card. Okay, so you're gonna start with a normal sheet of paper, or half a sheet, what we would normally do for a card. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. You don't have to, but I like to actually get that fold line in good because it makes it easier to see when we're going to be cutting it. So, the way you get these, this fun fold, is you just come in here and you cut out those two side pieces, and that's cutting off a 1/2 inch from each side. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, cutting off 1 inch from each side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at 1 inch, slide my cutting blade up, oops, all the way to the top, Robin, and I'm going to cut down to my fold line, which should be at 4.25. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, cut at the 1 inch line. Again, down to 4.25. You can kind of hear it and feel it when it gets to there also. Then I'm going to put this here where my cutting is going to be on my line, but it also should work to put it at the 4.25 mark. And then I'm just going to go down 1 inch. And then you can feel it kind of come off. Oh, dang, I need to change my blade. My blade is just a little dull here. And same thing here. Go down just to that 1 inch mark. Again, these are just things we no longer need. So that is the hardest part of doing that card. Okay, so we can put together part of it. So I have a 4 by 5.25 piece here for our inside, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down because I'm really not stamping on that. And then I have some 3/4 by 3 3/4 pieces of DSP that I'm going to glue down, and we've got a 1/4 inch margin around all of those. So you could make these 1 inch, but I'll give you a little hint as to why I didn't. And that is because when you cut the paper and you're making like a regular card front, you're making it 5.25 by 4 inches, and so that leaves you kind of a strip along the bottom of your 12 inch by 12 inch paper, and that strip is 1.5 inches. And this way I could get 2 of these little side banners off of that. All right, and we might as well keep going with this, and then we'll do some stamping. So this is, again, a 1/4 inch smaller. So this white piece for the front is 3.25 by 4. I'm just trying to also make sure it's lined up with this white piece. And then, like I said, I'm using what I would call the backs of all of these papers, using the totally blue and white. I know, I probably should have done the other one first, but Once I turned it over, I was in love. And this is a 1/4 inch smaller again, so it's 3 by 3 3/4. You guys know that whenever I do a live, then that afternoon I go back and I write all of these down and all the measurements. You don't have to get them here on my Facebook, on my blog, which is stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. Okay, so let's do some stamping. We've got our little just scrap piece of Night of Navy, and there's two kind of stamps with the citrus. I'm using the one that just has one, and we are going to emboss it on white, because one of the purposes of doing this is that I wanted to show you don't have to color this all the time. Got a little inspired from Janice Wakeland. She did a card with the blues and embossing also, and just what we call copy and share everything. All right, so you notice I used my embossing buddy first. Oh, hi Tammy, hi Chad. And then I am just stamping in the Versamark. Now you probably can't really see that. And I can't even really see it that well, so it's always kind of a little happy surprise when we get out our white embossing powder, which should be back in soon. I think it's in the next few weeks. You guys always know, use that embossing buddy, because see how I don't have ghosts of embossing powder everywhere. That's what that embossing powder does. I mean, the embossing buddy does for you. It makes it so you're not picking up other little pieces of stuff. All right, I'm going to turn on my heat tool off camera for a minute, let it heat up. I like to heat the bottom for a little bit. See how it bends it a little bit that way? And that way, when I'm totally done with it, it's gonna be flat, because otherwise doing this kind of bends it the other way. And you just want to hold it long enough that it melts it. You can actually burn the, oops, come on. You can't actually burn this embossing powder. I've done it before when you just can't tell, did I get it all? Did I get it all? Did I get it all? And then I kind of just smush it around like that just to make sure I did get it all in the light. I think I did. Sometimes the light can be tough to see if it's melted. All right, now we are going to cut this out using our little die. Whoops. And I have just a piece of old washi tape that I'll use on it. I like to line up, see the little teeny branch down there? That's a good place to kind of start. And then move it around till it seems like that's gonna work. And then do that. You can use painter's tape. I know Stampin' Up! Has some little tape now too. Just whatever you use, the first time you use it, it's a good idea to, hold on, this doesn't look so straight anymore. It's a good idea to just make sure it's not too sticky, so that when you go to take it off, it comes off without pulling things up. And so sometimes what I'll do, if it's the, I've already used this tape once before, but if it's one I haven't used before, I'll just rub it on my pants a little bit, and that'll take off that extra little stickiness. Because the last thing you need is to do all this work and then have it come off on your washi tape. And like I said, I'll just reuse this. I'll leave this sitting on there. Okay, so the only other thing we need is this is a piece, just a scrap of 5/8 inch basic white. And I'm going to use the All the Love from the stamp set. It's got a beautiful font. And I know I forgot to click the thing so that you guys can read it. So it's backwards, so nobody has to tell me it's backwards. I could tell as soon as I started. But unfortunately, if I don't get it right at the beginning, then it stays backwards the whole time, or I have to start over. Okay, so you can tell I just flagged the ends there, and we can now put this on. I think I'll put this on first with some dimensionals. Just want to see if it seems like I need any of the little ones. Yeah. This is where the mini dimensionals come in handy to get a little bit further out on these leaves. All right, let's take off, you guys. Isn't this paper beautiful? It's just so pretty. Both sides are just so happy, springy. Makes you want to go eat some fruit. Yeah, I know. This piece of fruit is blue. And that's okay. Because we have all the love. I decided I was just going to glue down this sentiment because I wanted to more emphasize the citrus. And then we've got our pretty opal rounds. I love these. They're two different sizes, dark and light, and whoops, big and small. I'm just going to use some of each because I can. So we'll put a big one of these up here, and another big one maybe down here, and then another little one somewhere else, maybe in here. Whoops. The other one I put them a little different, so every time I make one it's just a little bit different. And here's my other one. I put it on the words, the little dot on the words. But there we have it. We've got our citrus blooms, and they're in blue because I love the back of that blue paper. So don't forget, guys, the May joining special. Oh, let's pull you back out. My June class using the Mediterranean blooms. If you just already have this and you're not interested in getting the stuff in the mail, thank you, Tammy. I can also sell you a PDF of the class, and then you can just use all your own stuff, and that would be $20. So Mediterranean bloom class. You can find out all about it if you go back to the beginning, and I won't be on the next 2 weeks, and then we'll be back to a slightly more normal schedule. So thanks, guys. See you in a couple weeks. Bye.